In this video, I'm going to spend some time talking about rank, the different types of rank, and how rank is used, what it looks like if someone is pulling rank versus what it looks like if someone is utilizing their rank for good. So, as a birth worker, it's really important that we understand that just having that title and being in that birth space with the family automatically means that we have rank. It automatically means that we're in a position of power and privilege. And so we really need to get clear on what rank looks like and the dynamics and how they play out in the birth realm. So there's two different types of rank that we're going to focus on, psychological and spiritual. They're both pretty intertwined. Psychological rank could be done, with or without someone's awareness. Usually is done by people who are really talented or gifted, intelligent people. And so when rank is pulled, how do we know, right? Well, first of all, we have to understand who we give rank to, who ranks over us. So we allow rank when we believe ourselves to be less knowing and when we believe that there's somebody who knows better than us. And so we give that person rank automatically. When they speak up, we're going to listen. Maybe we're going to comply. Maybe we're going to feel like we can't advocate for ourselves, or we're going to kind of push our feelings down because we're giving our power away to this person who we believe knows better than us. And so that's definitely, it's something I've witnessed where I've had birthing moms kind of look at me like they wanted me to give them the answer. And it's not something that I'm comfortable doing. I try and always turn it back around like a question. Well, what feels right for you? Well, what do you think? And kind of encourage that type of reflection, because if a birth worker is pulling rank, I think it's pulling rank, right? Not using rank for good. Pulling rank looks like kind of forcing compliance on people. It's infantilizing, it's bullying, it's pervasive. And I believe that, especially understanding how important undisturbed birth is, I think it could actually be a dangerous move in the birth space. So just making sure that we recognize that we're speaking up and honoring women and empowering women and families, and not speaking over and speaking for, okay? So rank is basically the sum of our privilege, and it isn't wrong to have rank. It's just wrong to use rank in a way that is not loving and not for the greater good. So if we're looking at somebody who has psychological rank first, right, so we can understand the different types. A person with psychological rank, they're probably going to be really intelligent. They're going to be probably very emotionally intelligent. And we're going to see that in them, and we're probably going to admire that, right, and appreciate that. Maybe that's even why somebody who's really psychologically intelligent is in our birth space. Maybe we see them, they're trustworthy. Someone with psychological rank might be very eloquent and articulate, right? You'd want to have somebody who's eloquent and articulate by your side, especially if you're hoping for them to advocate for you. And advocation is definitely one of the ways that rank is used for good. All right, it's important that they are also transparent. So when this person speaks up, we can discern, we can listen, and we can trust but we also need to make sure we're not complying, that we're checking in, and we're making sure that psychologically this resonates with us as well. And then if we want to consider what a person that we're giving spiritual rank to might look like, or what some of their characteristics might be, we can make a list of those. So who has spiritual rank in our lives? Who are we giving that power to? Who are we looking to in admiration for that? Well, somebody with spiritual rank that I admire would have these qualities. They live on the edge of evolution, meaning that they're guiding us forward in love. They're comfortable living at the edges. And I think something else is that they would be probably very humble, and they would be a very good listener. What else? We would probably see somebody as wise. So a lot of women would like the wise woman to come and sit and be with her in the birth realms. So I'd say wisdom and probably an understanding of how to use that wisdom, right? Like using rank for good would be somebody that we would spiritually look up to. Someone who can ebb and flow. Also a really important quality in someone who's a birth worker. That's labor, that's birth, it's ebbing and flowing. And I really think, and this is probably the word I'd like to use to describe myself as a birth worker the most, is that they are a facilitator. Right? A birth worker is not a manager. They are not medical. They're not the boss. You know, it's just somebody who facilitates to hold that space and to help you navigate that process. And hopefully by facilitating, it makes things easier and more aligned. So what does it feel like if rank has been pulled on us? How might we know? Obviously, it's going to feel like we gave our power away. We might be feeling like we're floundering. We can't come up with the words. We can't explain what we've been through. This is, by the way, when rank has been pulled. Okay. We might be feeling ashamed. It's probably one of those most low vibrating states of being, is shame. We'll feel overpowered. Disempowered. I think that probably covers that. We might feel like what we have to say doesn't matter. We might feel, we might feel unworthy. And when all is said and done, we're probably going to feel pretty angry. All right, so it's important that we speak our truth, or we speak up for whoever it is that we're advocating for, and make sure that these things do not happen. Birth knowledge used for good looks like elevating women, and we're not elevating if we're speaking over and we're speaking for. So this is just a little bit about a dynamic that exists probably in all realms of human interaction and relationship, but it's especially important that we understand the ins and outs of this phenomenon when we're birth workers.